Welcome to another episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, the Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency. Currently, we are in arguably the most unprecedented period I have ever experienced in 4 years of cryptocurrency. I have seen the best of times and I've seen the worst of times. And I would say that this was arguably one of the worst of times. Very recently, we have been as high as $64,000 for Bitcoin. Additionally, as far as the market cap is concerned, we have been as high as nearly $2.5 trillion market cap. And what we have seen in the last month and a half is essentially a massive erosion of prices everywhere. The Bitcoin price has essentially been cut by half. The market cap has essentially been cut by half. And if you, like me, are highly invested in alts, and particularly micro-cap alts, the riskiest alts, then you'll realize that you're absolutely crushed right now. You may have experienced losses of anything between 70 to nearly 100%. And actually, despite being invested in what are fantastic, potentially fundamentally strong micro-cap alts, they'll probably do very well over the test of time. Right now, you're seeing them possibly at all-time lows. And you're probably thinking, should I sell? Should I sell? Should I cut and run? So I thought it'd be perfect for me to relay my experience in 4 years in the cryptocurrency market, seeing the best and the worst of times, and hodling through the harshest of times and the coldest and most bitter of crypto winters. So what I'm going to say to you is the following, right? Which is that we are in a very unprecedented position right now with Bitcoin. Never before, in my personal experience, and I think probably in everybody's personal experience, has in a bull market, the market actually not reached euphoria stage. Look, we have had that in 2011, 2013, 2017, but not 2020. Right? So we are the sentiment has changed. The sentiment has gone down to anxiety. And something that I have seen in my Telegram group, particularly, and other Telegram groups, in fact everywhere, all across the space, is that people are running scared, they're fearful, and they are thinking that the prices are just going to continue to shoot down. Right? And maybe it's time to get out. Like initially, and I've seen this many a time, is that people are like, yes, it's a dip, it's bargains, let's buy the dip, let's get bargains. Eventually that sentiment turns to anxiety and fear, and people are suddenly saying, oh, you know what, I'm going to cut and run. This coin is lowest, there's better out there. Maybe I'm not in the right cryptocurrencies. And the thing is that you're in very good company if you're thinking that. I mean, even if we look at the larger cap cryptocurrencies, literally a month and a half ago, Bitcoin was at 60k, Ethereum was over 4k, Cardano was $2.50, Binance Coin was well over nearly $700, Solana was $60. So even at the highest level with de-risked cryptocurrencies, in fairness, cryptocurrencies that are very unlikely to go to zero now and rug pull or become a scam or not work. Even with these cryptocurrencies and being invested in these cryptocurrencies, you've lost big. It's just that with microcaps, you've lost bigger. But what I wanted to really reaffirm is something that I have learned in my many years of cryptocurrency, and that is that there is no better way to get rich than cryptocurrency. There is no better. My whole business when I started on Udemy was to create courses that enable people to become entrepreneurs and make lots of money and be, financially free and, not have to be tied to the shackles of some 9-to-5 job and living the wage life. But, even in all those years of being an entrepreneur and doing my own things, never, ever, ever have I experienced wealth generation on a scale that cryptocurrency has created. It's a magical place, but it's also a very cruel place, and that's the thing that you've just got to embrace. You've got to embrace both sides. When the prices are going up, people think it's just going to keep going up, and and then they don't sell. And when the prices go down, people think it's just going to keep going down, and they want to sell. And that's the ironic thing, is that people want to sell when their prices are low. They want to buy high, sell low, rather than buy low, sell high, which is really the whole main point. Now, something that has really helped me in 4 years is the concept of buying low and selling high. I have my own strategy, which you may have seen with me talking about various cryptocurrencies. You will have seen that I have a 100x strategy, which I will not sell until 100x. And as you would have seen live during this bull market, is that I have sold, 2 or 3 cryptocurrencies at 100x and continue to make incredible wealth in cryptocurrency. One of those coins, let's say for instance Polygon, which I brought to the market all the way back in 2019. Polygon went through 2 years of flatlining. Like, it was pretty much nowhere. It was pretty much average descent for 2 years. Okay, and although the price never really went to a position where I was unprofitable at the price I bought in, which was ICO price essentially, I still had to wait nearly 3 years for the price to essentially do what it did. Right? It eventually, Matic was nowhere for a long time, and then all of a sudden, it's the next best thing, and it went to $2.45 from 2 cents, or when I got in at 0.002 cents. So, wealth generation is incredibly possible, and what I have learned is that patience is the number one virtue in cryptocurrency. Patience. Can you imagine? Look, let's consider 100% of people invested at, let's say this point here, 1.4 cents in Matic, right? How many of them do you think over this 2-year period, while Matic was between 1.4 and 3 cents, which was essentially a 2x over 2 years, how many of those people do you think, of that 100% that started all the way over here, how many of that 100% do you think ended up all the way over here? I'm going to tell you right now, probably about 2% of people, right, would have bought over here and still held over here. 2% of people. Why? Because cryptocurrency is a very instant gratification market. It's where people expect gains right now. You see meme coins, like for instance Shiba coin, Shiba Inu coin, which kind of 1,000x recently. And people just expect that that's the norm. It's not. It's the exception. It is the exception. It's not the rule. The rule is that if you are patient, then when a fundamentally strong cryptocurrency experiences a bull market, then you are going to experience wealth generation. Okay, but patience is just so key. You've got to wait for the right time and the right sentiment before you make incredible wealth. There's a lot of people right now expecting coins to just keep growing, or coins to stay stable, or coins not to go down as much. And particularly in the microcap area. And I can tell you right now that is just unrealistic. Okay, because if you think about how money flows into cryptocurrency, then the reverse is how it flows out of cryptocurrency. So it basically goes Bitcoin, large caps, mid caps, low micro caps. Okay, that is how the money flows. It starts with Bitcoin and ends with micro caps. When it's bearish, it starts with micro caps. People sell micro caps. So it goes sell micros, sell low, sell mid, sell large, sell Bitcoin back into USD. That's how it works, right? And so alts, particularly the higher risk, low value alts, are the ones that get absolutely crushed in markets like this. And all I can tell you is exactly what I'm showing you here. This graph above, I hope is just evidence to you. Patience is the number one key in cryptocurrency. Number one quality. If you've got patience, my goodness, if you invest in something that's fundamentally strong, all the way down here, which at this present time, it gives you the opportunity to do. I'm not saying buy the dip, I'm not saying anything right now. What I'm saying is that if you buy something incredibly low or at its lowest, which for a lot of microcaps, they are at their lowest they've ever experienced, then over the course of time, time equals value. And if you've got patience for time to equal value, then you will experience this. Okay, I never sold, my Matic. I never sold another one, which was called Bitmax, now called AscendX. And I didn't sell until it hit 100x. And there were plenty of opportunities to. I bought when this was 1 cent, and it went to 34 cents, didn't sell, then it went right back down, to near 1 cent again. I still held, I didn't panic. I had the patience, and subsequently I was able to sell between $1 and $3. Between $1 and $3, that's basically 100 to 300x because of patience. It's very difficult to do. And I have to tell you right now, I am one of the most impatient people that you will probably meet on a personal level. Now, on a personal level, I'm one of those people who wants things now. I want things yesterday. I don't want things tomorrow. I don't want to wait. But, what I've realized is, funnily enough, being one of the most impatient people in personal life, where if I've got my mind set on something, I want it now, right? Cryptocurrency has taught me that to be the antithesis is to get the best out of it. To get the best out of myself, I find being impatient is actually a good thing, because I strive to do things quickly. I strive to, let's say for YouTube, let's say I strive to get hundreds of thousands of subscribers. That is something I will, to get 100,000 subscribers, you need to make videos every day to do that. And so being impatient means you achieve it, sometimes quicker than not. But in cryptocurrency, I'm going to tell you right now that impatience is the killer. Impatience has the opposite effect. You lose, you get damaged, and you feel the cruelty more when you're impatient. When you're impatient, you get irate, anxious, fearful, and you make rash decisions. And so patience, I just can't emphasize it enough. Patience wins out. It really does. I'm going to give you another example, Voyager token. Okay, now, this is an example where I lost. Okay, this was an example where I lost. Okay, so, and this is something that just makes you see that even I get it wrong. Okay, so this coin was the Suppoman coin back in 2017. Like, I was the only person ever that talked about this coin, and I invested in it at ICO, and a lot of my community decided to get into this because I got into it at ICO back in July 2017. Now, this coin went from 5 cents. Months later, at the peak of the bull market, it went to $13. It says 11 here, but it went to $13. Right now, I sold 3/4 or 4/5 of my ethos at the time, and then it tanked. Right, it tanked from being $13. It went down at its absolute lowest, 2 cents. 2 cents, people. It essentially lost 600x of its value. 600x of its value. All right, now I'm doubtful you are in anything that has lost 600x. This lost 600x of its gains, because from 5 cents to $13 was 300x. So therefore, from $13 down to 2.5 cents, or a bit lower, this was a 600x loss. Okay? Now, I wasn't patient. I sold. Right? And I sold roughly around here, actually, funnily enough. It was about 10 cents. Right? And then look what happened. Look what happened. Coin went back up to $7. It 400x'd from 2 cents. It 400x'd. Patience. Look, it took this whole lifespan. It was a slow death, but it took this whole lifespan of basically 3 years for this to return back to profits. And the thing is that the profits that were made were absolutely biblical. Right? So patience is just so super important. Waiting for the right moment, right conditions for your coin to grow and therefore sell is hard, but it's beneficial in the end. It's highly valuable. And the thing is that people will have bought all the way down here, but there would have been people that bought on the way up and on the way down that still saw ginormous multipliers hodling till $7. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is that strong fundamental coins have their day. As long as they keep relevant, as long as they continue to market, as long as they continue product development, as long as they continue to improve their team, as long as there is a momentum of growth and improvement with the cryptocurrency that you're invested in, which you can never predict. I can't predict it. All I can do is make an educated, speculative bet on a cryptocurrency based on fundamentals that it's got less chance of failing than others, right? But what I will say is that coins that maintain fundamental strength will have their time and will generate incredible wealth. And really, all you can do is wait. Like, cryptocurrency would be the absolute perfect industry that could benefit from having a time machine. The people that do the best in cryptocurrency are ones that buy it and forget they've bought it. You know, for instance, Dogecoin, right? If you had bought it in 2017 and just forgotten about it, if you put like $1,000 into Dogecoin all the way back in 2017, or even $500 in Dogecoin all the way back in 2017, and just forgotten about it, you'd be a millionaire. Be a millionaire. Right? That's not even a joke. You'd be a millionaire. And that's from investing a pithy amount under $1,000. You know, but you've just got to have patience. And patience is not a very easy virtue to have as a human being. Therefore, a time machine would be absolutely perfect, but they don't exist. So all you can do is act as if you've got a time machine, and don't be emotional in the interim periods where it goes very, very bearish. Because right now, I'm telling you, it is the most unprecedented scenario I've seen Bitcoin in, which is that during a bull market, without reaching a peak in the bull market, essentially the price has gone to levels that replicate a bear market, and it's creating a sentiment that is very, very close to a bear market, and the price action is almost as similar to 2018 as you can possibly get. So therefore, I understand the mentality and feel the need to make this video. But what I will just say is that patience is very, very key. The people who do best in cryptocurrency are the ones that buy at a low and forget about it. And the most important thing I can tell you is that cryptocurrency is and will continue to be, I think, for the next kind of 5 years, will be the best and most effective way of being rich, you know, with very little effort. You know, there's many people that work the wage life in an attempt to make enough money to be comfortable, etc. And that's all their life. You know, cryptocurrency is the stock market on steroids, and people have been investing in the stock market for many decades, and to make what, a 20%, 50% return over 5 years? Rubbish. Okay? You can do that in cryptocurrency in a day. All right? You can also lose it in cryptocurrency in a day, but the point of the matter is that there is no better way of doing nothing and becoming extremely rich than cryptocurrency. There is no better way. Simple. You do nothing. You do the initial research, you get a good coin, you just do nothing. Okay, some people can't afford to do nothing and have to work and blah, 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 blah. But that money works for you. It's intended to work for you. All right, so make your money work for you. Don't make your money lose for you. Make your money work and make you rich. Because cryptocurrency is going to fundamentally win. It's going to fundamentally win finance. You know, Bitcoin at the moment is what, 32,700? It is one day going to be 1 million, then 2 million, then 5 million. Okay, it is one day going to do that. It's just a matter of time. And if Bitcoin does that, what do you think is going to be done to the altcoins that are fundamentally strong and stand the test of time? They're going to make 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 X's. Now, I don't expect everybody to hold for 5 years or 10 years, but what I'm saying is that during the course of time, there is not going to be any way of making money faster, more effectively, in a more fun way than in cryptocurrency. So I hope that this gives you a very positive outlook moving forward, despite the negative sentiment going on right now and may continue to go on for God knows how long. Who knows? Could end tomorrow. It could end in a month. Could end in a year. We don't know. That is actually the magical thing about cryptocurrency, is that no one knows. No one knows. Okay? Not even the people in investment banking. They don't know, but they try every which way to get the price down with their contacts and everything. But no one knows. No one knows. So while it could happen tomorrow, or it could happen next year, the point of it is in order to win in the game, you have to be in the game. If you're not in the game, there we are. You're not going to win, right? No matter what. Over 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, tomorrow, never. You're never going to win. So being in means you can win. Okay? So, hope that's delivered some positivity to you today about mindset. And I will see you in the next video. It is lights out, all out.